can pat yourselves on the back. Outside of India, the Middle East and UAE is the fastest growing theatrical territory. It actually grew by 10%. Unlike some of the other markets like the US and UK and Europe, etc., you've actually added on 10 more screens for Bollywood films over the last 18 months. So actually Bollywood films are going out as much as 40 to 45 screens in the UAE. And that, I think, is a big step forward for Bollywood as well as the exhibition business in the UAE. So all of this is good news, and all of us from India as producers are, look upon UAE and the Middle East as a very important territory, and that's why everyone is here. And it's so important for us that the worldwide premiere for the film is actually being held here.
Hello everybody. Pleasure to be here in Dubai, because here one gets an opportunity to have not only an access to the Indians but also the Pakistani brothers, and that's a great combination for me specifically, because that's what cinema is supposed to do, reach out to the entire SAARC region. Another very interesting character I would like to say is Randeep Hooda, my second hero, who has done an amazing job in this film, and I'm very confident that with this film, this boy is going to capitulate into something absolutely dynamic, new horizon, which it rightly deserves.
Well, let me talk about one of the greatest treasures that I have discovered in the last 5 years. There's a writer called Shagufta Rafiq. He's there, the right, extreme right. Shagufta is one of the bravest girl I have come across in my journey through the movies. She came to my office one day saying that I have the talent, you have the platform. Try me out, you won't regret it. Shagufta learned from the streets. She was here, in fact, 17 years ago, dancing in the bars to make ends meet, because she came from a family of filmmakers. Her sister was a great actor who died in tragic circumstances, and then life pushed her to this kind of situation where she had to dance, entertain. But even then she said that I would never give up my dream of being a writer, because I have a vision. And I think it is that conviction that she had in her own self that made her come to me and say what she said. Now she has crafted Jannat. Jannat is one of the best products to have come out from the Vishesh Films camp. Indian Angelina Jolie. She came into our office, and I was wondering why I was just taken aback, how come such a beautiful girl walks so shy and so unsure into somebody's office? In spite of all the handicaps that were there in a way, this girl, she has delivered. As my daughter Pooja had said after seeing the film, that this girl has a charm and you cannot but like her.
After one dizzying hit and one flop, I think the pressure was on me that what the Bhats do for me is that they give me access to a star, Imran Hashmi. And I felt the responsibility that I need to perform, I need to deliver. I cannot take this access for granted. And thereof started my journey to construct Jannat 2. Luckily enough for me, I had a brilliant first narration by Shagufta, who put in so much into the script of Jannat 2. And then it was taken ahead by Sanjay Masoom, who's written brilliant dialogues and fleshed out the characters.
चाकू ने रहेगा तो डंडे से मारेंगे, लेकिन मारेंगे जरूर. इसलिए गन बेचता हूँ, मस्त रहता हूँ. नाम है सोनू दिल्ली KKC. He struggled me a lot during shooting that stuff.
सही डिग्री दी है तुझे लोगों ने. सोनू दिल्ली KKC, कुत्ती कमीनी चीज.
2008 had a very important film in my career, which was the original Jannat. I'm very close to that film for a lot of emotional reasons also. There was a major lull in my career, and Kunal had come to me with the script which dealt with the world of cricket match fixing, which was the first in Bollywood. And it was at the same time a great love story, and in the true sense a Bollywood potboiler. And that was a huge hit in 2008, and it gave that new lease of life to my career.
We wanted to take the franchise ahead, and we felt that this subject that dealt with illegal gun trade, arms and ammunition in the country, there's no film that's really explored this. No subject that's really gone to the depths and done research. And according to me, I think it's even more intriguing, even more interesting than the world of match fixing. And of course, a beautiful love story. We shot this film extensively in Delhi, and it's just been great fun.
Mukesh sir, Mahesh sir, happy, my mentors, and actually, like when people say that Vishesh Films, they treat you like family, and I think now I can say that I am a part of the family. And Kunal Deshmukh, who had already given us a hit in 2008. When I saw the film and I was like, my God, it's such a great film. Except I never thought that I will be a part of the franchise in my life.
We have been on and off seeing a lot of incidents of people just getting killed randomly on the roads, on the streets of Delhi and Mumbai. So we thought that why not, because it is an issue, and to bring up the issue in the entertainment field, it would be quite an exciting project. So that is why, and yeah, being a girl, well, from the time I have joined Vishesh Films, I've always been doing a lot of male-oriented films from the time I've come. I think I have a lot of a man inside me than a woman, probably, because I wonder why all the male-oriented projects come to me, and I have been doing well. So that is why when this came to me also, I took it up as a challenge.
India has more than 45 million arms in circulation, from which only 5 million have licenses. Only 1 out of 8 guns in Delhi actually has a license. And this illegal gun-related crime is 95% of all crime that happens in Delhi. So, you know, when we first started doing our research, when these figures hit us, we said, okay, here is the story.
What has happened in the past decade with films and with my films is that what's refreshing is that there isn't just good and bad now. There are very real characters, there are flawed characters, something we can all connect to. I think we all have a dark side in us. And somewhere these films make it connect to the characters, because it's about making choices and you know, the consequences of those. Make a film which has good people with no conflict, and I assure you that film will not do well. So I personally like to do films that have conflict, and playing a character that has an arc of a guy who is a KKC, who has this particular worldview, who is unethical, but then there is something that he does, which is a kind of redemption for the character.
The idea over here was Indian cinema is finishing 100 years, and Vishesh Film is finishing 25 years. My goal as a director was to give back to the company, to give Vishesh Films its biggest hit, and to give Indian cinema a film that it will not forget. So I'm aiming really high with this film.